Hello babies, welcome back to the channel. If you are tuned into today's video, it probably means that you're struggling a little bit with mom guilt. You are not alone, as am I, and today we're going to talk through it together because we're great moms, period. Here's where we start. Let me set the scene. I just put my 2-year-old to sleep. It's 7:30 p.m. here in Dubai. My 10-month-old is in his room sleeping with a night nurse, and I'm going to clean up the living room, kind of get things ready for the morning, and talk you through what's happening in my brain. So when it comes to mom guilt, I feel like it's something that we all struggle with because we want to do the best possible job we can for our children. And I think that pause is what you need to do. Like, why do you feel guilt in the first place? It's because you actually want to do a good job, which means that you actually care as a mom, which means you're already doing a great job as a mom. Like, I hope that correlates for everybody. Where is this other bear? Babe, do you see the other bear? See, okay. Well, okay. So as a mom, if you're already going out of your way to like mentally and emotionally think about how you're doing as a mom, and then you feel guilty because you can't do everything, it already shows that you're above and beyond like a great mom. So pat yourself on the back for that. And even tuning into this video means that you're going out of your way to find like ways to cope with that. Secondly, I just want to point out the fact, babe, we cannot be everywhere and do everything. Like, we are meant to birth the children, feed the children, take care of the children, love the children, play with them, also have a job, also maintain some mental health, also go and work out because you got to stay hot, and then spend time with your man. And then, like, there's so many things that you're like are pulling on you in all these different directions. Like, there has to be some give and take, and there has to be some balance. So speaking of balance, I think we have to get clear on what it is that like makes us feel guilty, because that's what I really struggled with. I'm like, okay, you feel guilty for not being with your child for 24/7, but like, what is your realistic expectation? Like, why is it that you have guilt for taking time like for yourself? And I think, there we go. I think it all stems from like societal pressure, because we have this like idea that like you can't even take a 3-minute bathroom break from your child as a mom, where, and this is no shade, my husband is over there listening and we'll hear from him later, but it's like, I feel like guys don't have that same issue. Like, Swag will go to work and then he's like, yeah, babe, I'm at work. I'm going to come home, at this time. And then I'm going to dedicate the rest of my day to Alora or to baby Swag. And we're all like, great. Everybody's happy. Like, Alora's happy to see him. And there's no guilt because he's providing for his family and he's taking care of himself and his mental health. And there's no pressure around it. But I feel like as a mom, where even though I'm working too, I'm not working like a traditional job, but I'm still working and I still am expected to show up as other versions of myself, I still feel like guilt about it. And I don't feel like that's right. Like, we need to be able to like, match the men's mentality, like not in a bad way, because obviously like mothers are caring and nurturing and we have a different relationship with our kids. But it's like, as moms, do we not deserve to leave the house? Do we not deserve to like be at 100% mentally? Do we not deserve to like set dedicated slots? Like, if I were working a 9-to-5, I would go to work and I would come home, and then this would be my dedicated time with my kid. But I guess like being a stay-at-home mom makes me feel like if I'm not with them every hour of the day, then I'm somehow failing. And I just don't feel like that's right, guys. Like, I don't feel like we should feel like that. Also, just quickly jumping in on the nanny conversation, because I have a night nurse and a nanny, and guys, they're angels. They help me with a lot, but you have no idea how much slack I get for people being like, if you can't raise your kids, if you don't have time for them, you should have never had them. You having nannies makes you a terrible mom. And it's literally like, sometimes that stuff gets to me, because it's like, no, I am a grown adult that gets overwhelmed and has ADHD sometimes, and I need some person to like pay attention to my kid at all time, because God forbid if I'm on my phone or I'm distracted and something happens, that I would blame myself. So yeah, I hire extra help even though I'm at home all day, because there are other things that need to be done. And I feel like more moms need to give themselves permission to like just like feel that, you know? Sorry, more shoes, guys. And we just like, the main thing that I want to like say is like, do we not deserve to like be happy in our lives or like enjoy our motherhood? Like, I just feel like we do. Another note, I'm going to kick it over to my husband, because when I have these like random spirals of like, am I good enough? Am I a good mom? Do my kids love me? He is the one who usually talks me out of it. And I realize it's so crazy. I'm going to share my husband with you guys today. I have realized a lot of the women that I talk about with this don't have either a support system, or they don't have a man or a partner that is like reassuring them in these ways. So they kind of like suffer in silence and alone. And I just feel like everybody needs like a swaggy in their corner, like talking them out of these like depression episodes. So take it away, babe. Why should we not have mom guilt?
So I think everybody's going to have some level of guilt no matter what, because I heard you mention me over there on how I come back and I don't feel guilty, and I actually do. But I only, because I think of Alora and how she screams for me and she says daddy every single time. So I think the guilt is never going to leave, because I'll go on my work trips and I'll, you know, on day 1, day 2, I'm already missing my kids and stuff. But especially for mothers, because they're the one tasked with, you know, carrying the babies, going through the hormones, delivering the baby, and then kind of feeling like losing a sense of identity in the midst of it. And then you got all these people out here trying to tell you how to be a mom, you know, but nobody really tells, I guess, us how to be a dad other than, you know, provide and protect, you know. But with moms, you got to do every little thing. If you have a little bit of help, it's not just public, you know, people telling you they're doing it wrong. It's like family members and stuff. So for me, it's like, I feel like women already have enough that they're balancing already as it is, that it would make their life and motherhood so much easier if they took some time to, you know, get a mani and pedi, get a massage, go to the movies, do what they did before. Because when you have a kid, you can't just make your entire life your kid. Women do so much more for their kids and for the world than a lot of people, especially guys, give them credit for, that having more guilt and more pressure on you is going to do absolutely nothing but strain you. And then it's like Bailey tells me all the time, you know, mothers have this low-key like hatred for their kid because they lost themselves. You know what I mean? Like Bailey says, she knows a couple mothers who like a little bit of resentment for having a kid at this age, or for their own decisions, because they feel like they lost out on life. And I feel like mothers should do whatever they can to get their life and not have it change no matter what, once their kid is here.
Could not agree more. I feel like a lot of men just make it seem like, oh, you're the woman, like just handle that, and then you're expected to completely give up yourself. So I think the whole like moral of the story and the point of this rant is just to like acknowledge yourself as a human, not just a mom. Just because you have a title doesn't mean it needs to change the definition of like who you are on the inside. You're still a person, you're still yourself, and you still deserve to have things outside of your child. You can absolutely still be the best mom in the world and take care of yourself. It's very important. And I'm obviously giving the lecture to myself as well, because as you see, it's something that I need to be talked out of a lot, especially from my husband. So he keeps me in check. But just in case you don't have somebody to keep you in check, I'm here to hold you accountable. We will not feel guilty for taking care of ourselves, Mom. We deserve love, we deserve peace, we deserve happiness. And one day these babies will grow up and they won't need you as much. And I do not want you to be lost and not even know who you are after you've given your entire mind, body, and soul to raising these children. So please, this is just your reminder to please focus on your mental health. Please ask for help. If you have the ability to get help, please get help from your support system. Hire help. You know, I'm definitely an advocate for that. But just please let go of the guilt. That's just like an emotion. We're like not unsubscribe to the guilt, because you're an awesome mom and I see you and everything that you're doing. All right, on that note, I love you guys. I will see you in the next video, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with any person that you think is a good mom and needs to hear it more often.